Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Bear Horror, and today we're diving into something really exciting. Whether you're a fan of horror stories or just curious, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoy what you see. Make sure you stay for the second one, you won't believe what happened. Let's get started. Eerie whispers drift through the abandoned asylum's corridors, sending shivers down the spine. The ghostly murmurs seem to carry stories of past inhabitants, echoing in the stillness. The air is thick with a chilling presence, setting an unsettling tone that cloaks the desolate building in mystery and fear. Alex, a curious urban explorer with a penchant for unraveling the past, is irresistibly drawn to the asylum. Their fascination with the building's dark history compels them to discover the secrets hidden within its decaying walls. Determined and fearless, Alex ventures into the heart of this haunting relic. The asylum looms ahead, its facade crumbling and covered in creeping vines. Nature has begun reclaiming the once imposing structure, adding to its eerie allure. Shadows play across the broken windows, and the overgrown grounds seem to whisper secrets of the lives once confined within these walls. As Alex pushes open the heavy doors, they groan in protest, echoing through the empty halls. The sound is ominous, as if the building itself is alive. With a mix of trepidation and excitement, Alex steps inside, ready to uncover the mysteries that have long been forgotten. In the dim light, strange sounds emerge from the darkened corridors. Footsteps echo faintly, accompanied by soft, mournful cries. Each noise intensifies the feeling that Alex is not alone. The unsettling sounds amplify the tension, urging Alex deeper into the asylum's haunting embrace, driven by an insatiable curiosity. Amidst the shadows, Alex's flashlight beam reveals a desk, cloaked in dust, with patient files scattered across its surface. The brittle pages whisper tales of forgotten lives, each crumbling entry hinting at the despair and suffering once confined within these walls, echoing with the cries of the lost. The asylum's past begins to unravel as Alex flips through the records, uncovering stories of inhumane treatments. Tales of experimental procedures and unending torment leap from the pages, painting a grim picture of the institution's dark history, where hope was extinguished, and the cries of the damned linger still. A sudden movement catches Alex's eye, a shadow flits across the hallway, vanishing into the gloom. Heart pounding, Alex wonders if the asylum's past occupants still linger, unable to find peace. The fleeting glimpse leaves an unsettling chill, a reminder of the echoes that refuse to fade. The atmosphere grows charged with an unexplainable chill, as if the building itself breathes with a restless energy. Light bulbs flicker erratically, casting eerie shadows that dance along the peeling wallpaper. Each step Alex takes seems to stir the air, thick with the tension of countless untold stories. On the walls, cryptic messages emerge, scrawled in a language long forgotten. The words seem to shift and twist, teasing understanding before slipping away. They hint at secrets buried deep within the asylum's decaying structure, urging Alex to piece together the fragmented tales of its tormented inhabitants. Alex felt a shiver run down their spine as an inexplicable sensation of being watched grew stronger. The air seemed to thicken with tension, each shadow in the dimly lit corridor suggesting hidden eyes. Every step echoed ominously, amplifying the feeling of an unseen presence trailing closely behind. Turning a corner, Alex's flashlight beam fell upon unsettling, cryptic messages scrawled across the peeling walls. Words half hidden by layers of neglect seemed to pulse with a life of their own, hinting at secrets long buried. Each phrase was a puzzle, a taunt from the past daring Alex to unveil its meaning. An eerie feeling of dread crept over Alex, intensifying with every second. The once silent halls now whispered with ghostly murmurs, each sound hinting at sorrow, anger, and despair. Alex's heart raced, each beat a countdown to the unknown horrors lurking deeper within the asylum's shadowy confines. Stumbling upon a cracked mirror, Alex's breath caught as a pale, ghostly face appeared, its expression mournful yet pleading. It vanished as quickly as it had come, leaving Alex questioning the boundaries of reality and imagination. The encounter left a chilling certainty that the asylum's spirits were watching. Driven by an insatiable curiosity and the weight of supernatural whispers, Alex discovered a hidden passage behind a rotting bookcase. The narrow opening beckoned with the promise of forbidden knowledge. Gathering courage, Alex stepped into the darkness, the path leading ominously toward the depths of the asylum's haunted basement. The stairs groaned under Alex's hesitant footsteps, each creak echoing ominously in the oppressive silence. Shadows seemed to shift along the walls, taunting with fleeting glimpses of movement. The air grew heavier with every step, a suffocating reminder of the dark secrets buried within the asylum's depths. Upon reaching the basement, Alex discovered a forgotten chamber, cluttered with dust-laden medical equipment. Rusted gurneys and shattered glass jars littered the floor, remnants of a past steeped in torment. The oppressive atmosphere intensified, a silent witness to the suffering that had once permeated these walls. In the dim corner of the room, an apparition emerged, its form flickering like smoke caught in a draft. Its hollow gaze seemed to penetrate Alex's very soul, an unsettling reminder of the lives lost within the asylum's confines. The spectral figure lingered, a guardian of untold stories. A piercing wail suddenly shattered the silence, an ethereal cry that reverberated through the basement. It was a sound born of anguish, a haunting echo of the past refusing to be forgotten. Alex's heart raced, gripped by the chilling realization that the spirits were yearning for release. The chilling awareness dawned on Alex: the asylum spirits were restless, trapped in a cycle of torment. They sought acknowledgement, a voice to tell their tales. The revelation was both terrifying and poignant, urging Alex to confront the shadows and unearth the truths buried beneath the asylum's haunted history. Shadows seemed to come alive, closing in on Alex with an unsettling intent. The once familiar hallways of the asylum twisted into a maze of terror, compelling Alex to move faster. Each step echoed with urgency, heart pounding, as the oppressive darkness threatened to swallow every lingering shred of hope. Driven by a primal need to escape, Alex sprinted through the labyrinthine corridors, the sound of footsteps becoming a frantic symphony. The walls loomed closer, the asylum's oppressive history pressing in. Panic clawed at Alex's mind, urging a desperate search for any sign of an exit. A sudden, icy brush against Alex's shoulder sent shivers down their spine, freezing them in place. The sensation was tangible proof of the spirit's presence, their ethereal fingers grazing the boundary between the living and the dead. It was a chilling reminder of the asylum's haunted grip. In that moment of paralyzing fear, clarity pierced through the chaos. Alex understood that the spirits were not malevolent but seeking release from their tormented pasts. Their sorrowful whispers became a haunting plea, begging for their stories to finally be heard and laid to rest. Confronted by the asylum's most anguished spirit, Alex felt the weight of its history. The ghost's eyes held centuries of pain, a testament to the suffering endured within these walls. With a trembling voice, Alex vowed to honor them, promising to carry the burden of their untold tales into the light. Alex stood amidst the swirling shadows, heart pounding. They faced the most tormented ghost, whose hollow eyes spoke of endless despair. With a voice trembling yet resolute, Alex promised to bring light to their forgotten stories, to ensure the world knew of their suffering and sought justice for their pain. A silent understanding passed between the living and the spectral. The ghosts, once vengeful, now seemed to soften. In a silent pact, they guided Alex through the labyrinthine halls, ensuring a safe passage. The oppressive gloom lifted slightly, replaced by a sense of shared purpose and newfound trust. Bursting through the asylum's doors, Alex felt a rush of relief. The oppressive weight of the spirit's anguish had been lifted, if only slightly. The fresh air filled their lungs, contrasting sharply with the heavy atmosphere inside. Alex knew they had narrowly escaped, forever changed by the ordeal. Are you enjoying this story so far? Let's dig into the second one. The old asylum loomed over the town, its crumbling walls and shattered windows whispering secrets of the past. For decades, it had been abandoned, a place where rumors of madness and despair festered. One foggy evening, a group of curious friends, Mark, Sarah, and Jake, decided to explore its haunted halls. Armed with flashlights and bravado, they stepped through the rusted gate. The air was thick with the smell of decay, and the silence was palpable, broken only by the distant echo of their footsteps. As they entered the main hall, they were greeted by peeling paint and faded portraits of the long-gone residents, their eyes seemingly following the intruders. "Let's check the basement," Jake suggested, a thrill of excitement in his voice. Reluctantly, the others agreed. They descended the narrow, spiraling staircase, each step creaking ominously beneath their weight. At the bottom, the air turned cold, sending shivers down their spines. In the dim light, they could barely make out the walls, lined with rusted metal doors. "What do you think was behind these?" Sarah asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Before anyone could answer, a sudden sound, a soft, childlike giggle, floated through the air. "Did you hear that?" Mark's voice trembled. They all nodded, fear creeping into their hearts. The giggle echoed again, this time closer. Their flashlights flickered as if sensing the dread that enveloped them. "Let's get out of here," Sarah urged, but curiosity rooted them in place. They followed the sound, turning a corner to find an old playroom, its toys covered in dust. In the center stood a small doll, its porcelain face cracked and eyes eerily bright. The giggling continued, and they spun around, expecting to see a child. Instead, they found nothing. Panic surged, and Mark reached for Sarah's hand. "We need to leave now." But as they turned to retrace their steps, the hallway seemed to twist and darken, the shadows deepening as if alive. Suddenly, a door slammed shut behind them, the sound echoing like thunder. They screamed, their hearts racing. "This way!" Jake shouted, leading them down another corridor. The air felt heavier, pressing against their chests as they stumbled through the dark. They reached a door marked "Isolation." Mark hesitated, but the giggling returned, now a chorus of haunting laughter. Desperation propelled them forward. They pushed the door open, revealing a stark, empty room with a single, flickering light bulb. In the corner, a figure sat hunched over, shrouded in darkness. As they stepped closer, the figure turned. It was a girl, her hair matted and eyes wide with fear. "Help me," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the din of their panic. "Who are you?" Sarah gasped. "What happened here?" "I can't leave," the girl said, tears streaming down her face. "They won't let me go." Mark's flashlight flickered again, and the shadows around them seemed to pulse. Suddenly, the laughter grew louder, surrounding them. The girl's expression changed from fear to horror. "You need to run," she screamed. Before they could react, the walls began to close in, shadows reaching out like grasping hands. With adrenaline coursing through them, they turned and bolted back down the hallway, the laughter echoing behind them, mingling with their terrified shouts. They burst through the front door, stumbling out into the cool night air, gasping for breath. The asylum loomed behind them, silent once more, but they knew they had disturbed something dark within its walls. As they raced away, the giggling faded, but the feeling of being watched lingered long after they were gone. The shadows of the asylum remained, guarding their secrets, waiting for the next curious souls to wander too close. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.